Hello, Facebook. How are you doing? I hope you're having a great evening. I'm Ronique West, the president of the Greater Augusta Black Chamber of Commerce. As you can see, I have a guest with me this evening. We have a business credit workshop that is going to be held this evening. Make sure you go ahead and tag all your business owners and let them know that we're having this workshop this evening. Let me know if you guys can hear me fine and okay. I want to be sure. I have DeAngelo um, Watson, the CEO of founder of Financial Fit Blueprint. DeAngelo, can you hear me? Are you still there? I want to make sure we still have signal with you. We may be having technical difficulties. Let me just check with him. But while you come into the room, go ahead and share out this broadcast. I'm just going to check with DeAngelo real quick just to make sure he is live and he can see us. And then also next week, I want to announce that you can see us having a candidate forum with the Augusta Chamber of Commerce. That will be on their live on their Facebook page. Has DeAngelo get ready to come back into the live. I'll let them back in, but we'll have an actual forum. I think you can catch it on several different Facebook pages. So let me make sure I get that information correctly because I don't want you guys to miss the candidate forum for the runoff. We have Tuesday, July 14th at 7 p.m. It will be a candidate forum for District 1, 3, and 9. It will be a partnership between Fox 54, the Augusta Chamber, the Great Augusta Black Chamber of Commerce, and Sherman and Helm Street. So we want to be sure that you guys are okay. Hello, DeAngelo, you're back. Okay, great. You're fine.
While we on live.
Okay. Nope. I was still holding it down while you were coming back. I knew you would be back. If you have any problems again, just hop back on like you just did for me. Okay. So again, that will be a live stream. It will be on WFXG.com and the Augusta Metro Chamber social channels. And that's TV Fox 54. So make sure you check that out. Again, that's next Tuesday, July 14th at 7 p.m. We're really excited about that. And if you are in business, even if you just live in the local area, if you're a citizen, resident of the community, you should be concerned about who our politicians are. So it's critical that you go ahead and join that forum and listen in for that candidate runoff forum. So I encourage you to join us next week. And then we're going to get right into this conversation. DeAngelo, if you could go ahead and introduce yourself to all the people that are live on Facebook, and I'm going to go ahead and make sure we're set up properly now that you're back in the room.
Okay. Hey, family, how y'all doing today? My name is DeAngelo Watson. I am the founder and CEO of Financially Fit Blueprint. It's a financial services company that I started a few months back. And my day job is a tech entrepreneur. I work as an IT project manager. And this is pretty much my side business, which hopefully will become my main business as time goes on. So that's a little bit about me. I'm from a small town in North Carolina called Siler City, North Carolina. Y'all probably never heard of it. I now reside in Charlotte, North Carolina. So yeah, that's a little bit about me. So we can go ahead and jump into the presentation.
Okay, yeah, let me go ahead and get it started. And then I know you said it's a side business, but you do really well in your side business. So with helping people get financially fit, basically with their personal credit and their business credit, you're going to talk about tonight, but you really focus on personal credit. And I know you're going to have some sales and deals for people to grab some items at the end of your presentation. So make sure you sit tight, share out this broadcast, everyone. If you have any questions for him, go ahead and drop it in the comments on the Facebook, and I'll be sure to get them asked for you. So let me go ahead and share out, and I'll still be here, DeAngelo. I'm gonna turn off my camera now, and I'll go ahead and start the actual PowerPoint, okay?
Okay.
So if you need me, just holler.
All right, I will. All right, so yeah, this is the business credit blueprint, and I'll be going through the different steps that you need to build up your business credit. Um, so yeah, again, my name is DeAngelo Watson, CEO, founder of Financially Fit Blueprint, and that's my website, www.thefinanciallyfitblueprint.com. That's www.thefinanciallyfitblueprint.com. So just a little rundown of what we'll be covering today. So the prereqs for business credits are what you need in order to get ready to start applying for business credit. We'll cover that. The different business credit metrics and the different bureaus that look at your business credit, and then the main types of different types of business credit. We'll cover that, and then the different types of business credit, net 60, 30, 90 accounts. We'll go over that, business credit cards, business lines of credit, and then we'll close it out with business loans. So before you can start applying for business credit, the first thing is making sure that your personal credit is intact, because it's going to be very difficult to be able to get business credit if the lenders and banks see that your personal credit is not where it should be. So lenders, they use your personal credit when first establishing businesses, your business credit. So you'll be listed as a personal guarantor, which basically means they're backing up your business credit off of your personal credit. So you'll have to do this until you actually build up your business credit and you're able to start applying for corporate credit, which is credit that isn't backed by your personal credit. It's all backed by your business. So a few prerequisites for business credit regarding your personal credit is to make sure that you don't have any derogatory marks or collection accounts on your personal credit profile. So those derogatory marks could be missed payments, accounts that went delinquent, 60, 30-day lates, 120-day lates, all of those type of things, making sure that your credit is free of those, um, as well as after you're able to get that wiped away, building up your personal credit to having at least 10 total credit accounts. So I put in the PowerPoint 6 to 10, but really you need about 10 total credit accounts. So that could be secured credit cards, unsecured credit cards. It could be personal loans, business loans, auto loans, mortgages, things of that nature. So just having a mix of different types of credit, and having at least 10 of those credit accounts. In addition to having that 100% payment history. So making sure that you have positive payment history, you haven't missed any payments, or if you have, trying to get those missed payments off of your credit is very important when it comes to building business credit. And then another key metric for your personal credit is maintaining at least a 30% credit card utilization, so it doesn't negatively affect your business, so it doesn't negatively affect your credit score. The optimal utilization is 10%. So keeping your credit card utilization at 10% or below, which will then positively impact your credit score. And then for those of you who don't know what credit card utilization is, so let's say you have $1,000 Wells Fargo credit card. If you only use $100 of that limit, that's 10% of credit card utilization. So you want to stay between 10% and no higher than 30% for your credit card utilization, because that accounts for over 30%. It accounts for 30% of your personal credit score. And then just like to have some gauge, I say you need to have at least a 700 credit score before you start trying to apply for business credit. Optimally, you want to have at least like a 750, a mid 700 score, 730, 750. So you get into that very good range. But you can apply for some business credit with a 700 credit score. Another prerequisite in regards to your business credit is making sure that your entities are set up properly. So whether you have an LLC, whether you're incorporated, just making sure that you have your articles of organization or articles of incorporation filed with the Secretary of State. So as you can see, this is a screenshot of the the main page of the articles of organization for LLC in the state of North Carolina. So just making sure you already have your business entity set up and making sure that you've applied for any necessary business licenses. Um, so making sure you have all of that, depending on what industry you're in, you may have to register your business for certain things. And then also having your EIN. So your EIN is your employer identification number. This number is like your social security number for your business. And you'll be using this number on when you apply for a bank account, when you apply for business credit, when you file your business tax returns, and things of that nature. So it's a very important number. You need to have this established before you can start applying for business credit. And then another thing, having a business bank account. So not funneling all of your business money through a personal bank account. It won't work. You won't be able to apply for business credit and get business loans and things of that nature when you get to that point without having a business bank account. And you'll need your articles of organization or incorporation form. You need your EIN, possibly an operating agreement if there's multiple partners in your business when you open up that business bank account. And then another thing about the business bank account, try to keep at least $10,000 in your bank account. So like with business credit, you got to have a profitable business. So making sure you have at least $10,000 in that business bank account. So you hit that low 5 bank rating. So a low 5 bank rating is it's what the lenders and the banks use to rate your business. So they look at your previous 3 months of your monthly statements, and they look to see if your average daily balance is 10,000. And if your average daily balance is this, it helps your odds in getting business loans and business lines of credit. So just making note of that and just knowing that you need to have your business bank account at least 10K when it comes to applying for business loans and lines of credit. Now you can apply for net 30 accounts and business credit cards without having that $10,000 amount in your bank account. But just going forward, trying to get to that amount, it'll be good for you so you can get those business loans and business lines of credit. So here's a few different business credit metrics. And starting out with your business, getting net 30 accounts is where you can start off if your personal credit isn't the best. So the Dun and Bradstreet Duns number is a 9-digit number that identifies your business, and you'll be using this to look at your paydex score. So your paydex score it's a business credit score that the Dun and Bradstreet company they assign to your business. And the scores they range from 1 to 100. And as you can see how the metrics work for your paydex score. So you want to stay in that 80 to 100 paydex score range, and that would just help whenever lenders and other vendors look at your when they pull up your Dun and Bradstreet account, they'll be able to see that okay, this person has been paying all his vendors on time, even before time. So like if you pay your vendors on time, you'll get that score of 80. If you pay them 20 days before the date, you get a score of 90. And if you pay them 30 days before your due date, you'll get a score of 100. So just knowing how to paydex score, how that model works, and applying for your Dun and Bradstreet Duns number. So getting that's a free number, is a very important number you need to start getting business credit. And the score is determined by your payment history with your vendors and suppliers. So just making sure that you're paying your invoices on time. Um, and you also need at least 3 of those trade line credit accounts. So at least like one business credit card and maybe like 2 net 30 or net 60 accounts with vendors. You'll need that to get started generating a Paydex score. So you won't be able to have a Paydex score without having at least 3 trade line accounts on your business credit profile. So you know how like with your personal credit you have the Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion. It's pretty much the same deal with the business credit. They just use slightly different metrics. So you have your Experian IntelliScore Plus, and it's basically your Experian score for your business credit. It doesn't go from 0 to 850 like it does with your personal credit. It goes from 0 to 100, which is similar to, which is the same as how the Paydex score model is. And you also have your Equifax business delinquency risk score. So this is just like a range of how risky your business is. So it ranges from 224 to 580. So you want to make sure your score is on the low end of your delinquency risk score. And then lastly, you actually have more than this, but these are the main 3 that you can focus on. You have your FICO scores for your small business, which is known as the FICO SBSS, the FICO Small Business Scoring Service. And this credit score ranges from 0 to 300. And as well, you want to stay on the higher end of this credit score as well. So the FICO SBS is used for term loans, lines of credit, and commercial loans. And this is what the lenders will be evaluating when they choose whether they want to approve you for business lines of credit and business loans. And the SBA, they're one of the big providers of getting getting loans for small businesses. So you have your DMB DUNS number. It's a 9-digit identifier. They provide your Paydex score. So that's another metric you need to be aware of. Then you have your Experian, your Equifax, and your FICO. So those are the main business credit companies, bureaus to look out for, to keep in mind. But just to starting out, you can get your DMB DUNS number and get prepared to start building your Paydex score. So you can do that just getting started, and then you can worry about your Experian, Equifax, and FICO scores later on down the road. So for the different types of business credit, I already kind of referenced back to them previously, but you have your net 30, 60, and 90 accounts. And these are the accounts that you can start off with to build your business credit. You have your business credit cards, which is another next step after you establish those vendor accounts. Then you have your business lines of credit once you've been established and you got that cash flow building up in your business bank account. You can get started building up the business lines of credit and applying for those business loans. So net 30 accounts, they're used to start building your business Paydex score. And the numbers, the 30, 60, 90, it just describes the number of days in which an amount must be paid back to the lender. So let's say, for instance, you have a net 30 account with a company called Quill. So I have net 30 accounts with Uline and Quill. So I actually have a book that I ship out to people, and I order envelopes from Quill. So let's say I order an envelope, they give me an invoice, and I have 30 days to pay that invoice off. So that's a net 30 account. So just knowing the differences between net 30, 60, and 90 accounts is very important. And this is a way where you can start building up your business credit in the beginning. So some of the more popular net 30 accounts are Uline. So you can get like office supply things, anything that you need for your business pretty much in terms of like office supplies and packaging and cleaning supplies. You can get it from these companies: Uline, Quill, Staples. You can get a Staples Net 30 account, or you can get a Staples business credit account. And their requirements are a little less they're a little more lenient than applying for business credit cards and business loans. So I kind of group them into the Net 30 accounts as well, because they're another account you can set up. And then you have Granger, they're another Net 30 account. So if you're trying to establish some business credit, start with the Net 30 accounts. Get your DNB Duns number, and then apply for these companies. Apply for these Net 30 accounts with these companies: Uline, Quill, Staples, and Granger. So once you've established a couple vendor accounts, um, you can start looking into your business credit cards. So if you have your personal credit intact, if you have at least a 680, preferably a low to mid 700 score, and you have at least those 10 credit accounts and no derogatory marks, you have positive payment history, I would say you could start with a few of these business credit cards for small businesses. So you can actually do like Google searches, and you can type in um, business credit cards for small businesses, or for starting businesses, or for entrepreneurs. Because you don't necessarily have to have your LLC to get business credit cards. You can be a sole proprietorship and still get business credit cards. But making sure that your personal credit is intact before you apply for these business credit cards is key, because you won't get approved for them if not. So I list out a few different credit card companies that you can go with. I always say start with your local credit unions, for your business bank accounts and for your business credit cards. So if you open up a business bank account, if your personal credit is intact, I would say go apply for that business credit card at the same time when you open up your business bank account. And credit unions, they're a better option when it comes to businesses, because they give lower interest rates, and you're not just a number at the credit union. They actually treat you, they value your business, because you're basically a part of the credit union. You're basically like a shareholder with credit unions. So first, go with the local credit union business credit cards. If you have no local credit unions in your area, or you already have your business account established, you can look into some national credit unions, like Navy Federal. They're probably one of the best national credit unions to go with for business bank accounts and business credit cards if you don't have any local credit unions in your area. Um, so Navy Federal is a good one. With your So outside of the credit unions, I would say go with like the American Express credit cards. So American Express, this blue business cash card that you see on the screen, that was my very first business credit card. So at the time when I applied, I think I had like an 800 FICO score. And when I went through the application, they asked me what my business income, my projected business income. They asked me what my personal income was, and they asked me how much I thought I would spend monthly on the card. So I think I put like around 5,000 for my monthly spend, and for my personal income and my business income, I think I put like around 200K. So when I submitted the application, they approved me for a $9,000 American Express Blue Business Cash Card. So I recommend going with them if you have a pretty strong credit profile. They'll more than likely approve your business credit card. And I also applied for their Blue Business Plus business credit card as well. And I did the same thing with that process with the income information and the expenses. I actually increased the expenses on that application, but it was because I was using it for a trucking business that I'm starting up. So I applied for the Amex Blue Business Plus credit card for my trucking business, and they approved me of 9,000 as well. And both of these credit cards, they have a 0% interest rate, introductory rate, which is wonderful. So it allows you to, it gives you time to pay off your credit card if you want to front load some large expenses on your credit card. It allows you, you get like 12 months to pay it off with no interest. So I always shoot for the credit cards personally and with business. I try to shoot for the credit cards that have the intro, no interest APRs. Um, so it just gives you flexibility to make a few purchases, large purchases over time without having to pay that interest cost if you can't pay that monthly balance in full every month. So that's just one of the things I do. And I also look into the business credit cards with rewards. So the American Express Blue Business Cash, you get 2% cash back on up to $50,000 in purchases each calendar year. So that's a pretty good deal. That 2% back on $50,000 is pretty good. You end up basically getting $1,000 a year if you hit that $50,000 mark on your business credit um, Blue Business Cash card. So I look at the rewards and I look at if they have a 0% intro APR rate. If they don't, it's still okay. But then you have to make sure you're paying off the monthly balance, the monthly statement every month, so you don't incur those interest charges. And then another good business credit card to look into is the Bank of America Cash Rewards Card. And they also give a 0% intro APR rate for, I think, the first 9 months. So that'll allow you some time to be able to make some large purchases and pay it off with your business cash flow. So with the business lines of credit, they're similar to credit cards because it's a type of revolving credit. But the thing with the business lines of credit, you usually have a lower interest rate. So like I know the credit unions down here in North Carolina, Trueline Federal Credit Union, when me and my partner we tried to apply for a business line of credit, they were looking at around 6%, which is pretty good for a line of credit. Because some companies, especially like the online lenders, they may on the lowest they'll go maybe like 10%. So that's why I always say the credit unions are the way to go with the interest rates. But essentially, the business line of credit, it allows you to reuse and repay the line of credit as often as you like. So let's say you have a $25,000 business line of credit. You can go to the bank, you can ask for that $25,000 line of credit, and they'll give you $25,000 cash. Um, and it'll have an interest rate tacked to it. But I know, like with the credit unions, you only have to pay 2% of whatever you borrow. So if you borrow, like if you have $25,000 in a line of credit and you borrow the entire 25,000, you only have to make a minimum monthly payment of $500, and that allows you to create more cash flow for your business. So if you use that 25,000 to expand your business, and it ends up making you an extra 1,000 or 2,000 a month, you come out on top. You're able to pay that line of credit off within like a year's time or two, and then now you have more cash flow for your business by using that business line of credit. So typically with the business lines of credit, you need to provide your business and your personal tax returns. So they're going to look to see if your business is profitable. They're going to want to see your business bank account statement. So they're going to want to see, is this person keeping $10,000 at the minimum a month in their bank account as their average daily balance. They're going to look at your P&L statement, so your profit and loss statements that you generate through your accountant. So they're just going to want to see like what's the cash flow looking like, basically, when it comes to getting those business lines of credit. So also with the business lines of credit, seek out your business bank account provider or a local credit union. for the best rates in the business lines of credit. So with the business loans, these take a little, it's a little more difficult to get the business loans. You got to make sure you got your net 30 vendor account set up and your Paydex score generating. You got to make sure you got a few business credit cards. At this time, you may have a business line of credit or you may not. But generally, business loans they're installment loans. So you pay them back over a period of time. And once you pay it off, is it's over with. So it disappears. It isn't like the business line of credit where when you have your $25,000 line of credit and you pay it off, you still have access to it. The loans, once you pay it off, it disappears. So with the business loans, there's a few different types of business loans, and I'm not well versed on the different types, but you do have your bank loans, you have the SBA loans. A lot of people go for the SBAs. So speaking of SBAs, they actually have the SBA EIDL advance going on right now. So if you're a business owner with under 500 employees, if you're a sole proprietorship or independent contractor, you can apply for this SBA EIDL advance, and you can get up to $10,000 in grant money and money that you don't have to repay back if you have 10 employees. So if you're a sole proprietorship or you're a business owner with 1 or 2 employees, you can get $1,000 to $2,000 in an advance. So the advance doesn't have to be repaid, and so it acts as a grant, and it's also tax exempt. So you don't have to pay taxes on it. So that's just a little token about the SBA right now. So if any of y'all are looking for some money, you can go to their website and apply for the SBA EIDL advance. So with the business loans, you got the bank loans, you got the SBA loans, you got the micro loans, you have the equipment loans, you got the accounts receivable financing. So those are like some of the main types of different business loans that are available to you. For the most part, most people go through the bank loans and the SBA loans. Some people may get equipment loans too, like if you run in a restaurant or something like that, and you have to get like grills and large stoves and things like that. But in regards to the business loans, the key factors that they're looking at for the business loans they're similar to what the business lines of credit lenders look for too. So they look at your personal and your business credit. So they're making sure that you don't have any derogatory marks, no missed payments, you're handling your credit responsibly. They're looking at that on the personal and the business side. So making sure your FICO score on your personal is intact, and making sure your Paydex score and your Equifax and Experience and your FICO scores for your business are intact as well. They're looking for that cash flow. So cash flow is king. They're always looking to make sure you're profitable, making sure you have more money coming into your business bank account than you have going out, and trying to get to that $10,000 mark, if possible, for your business bank account. They're looking at your income. So they'll look at your personal income and your business income to see how much money you're able to handle, how much you're able to take on. They look at the age of your business. So they typically want to see that you've been in business for a couple of years. They want to see those business tax returns. They look at your debt to income ratio. So making sure that your debt to income ratio is below that 43% mark, that's key as well when it comes to the business loan. So making sure you're not taking on more debt than you can afford. So don't take out like $100,000 business loan or apply for $100,000 business loan if your projections or your actual income is only like $1,000 a month. More than likely, they're not going to approve you of that business loan. And they also look at your collateral. So you may have to put up like a house or a car, or things like that. So they may look for collateral if your business isn't as strong as they would like to see on paper. And then the type of industry that your business is in. So depending on what type of industry you're in, the lenders may be more lenient to giving you a business loan. So like with trucks, lenders may be more lenient because trucks are pretty much a recession-proof business. It's a business that is essential in a sense. There's always going to be trucks on the road. Versus if you had like a cupcake business and you were looking for a business loan, they may not be as willing to give you that business loan to get your building for selling cupcakes and things of that nature. So that's another factor that plays in. But overall, all of these factor into the mix. So even if the type of industry isn't what the lenders would typically like, if the other factors are very strong, like your debt to income, your age of your business, if you got that cash flow coming in, they'll still approve you of that business loan at the end of the day. So that's pretty much how business credit works. It all starts with your personal credit. Got to make sure your personal credit is on point. Shoot for that 700 score, 750 score, 800 score. Make sure you have at least 10 credit accounts. I would actually shoot for like at least like 15. So I personally have around 18 total credit accounts on my personal credit, and that's a mix of closed accounts and open accounts. So I have auto loans that I paid off. I have student loans that I paid off. So those still count in your total credit account mix. So just making sure that you have at least 10 total credit accounts so these lenders can see that, okay, this person has paid off some loans. They haven't missed any payments. They're keeping their credit card utilization down. Making sure that's intact before you start applying for business credit is key. And then building on that personal credit and getting business credit by starting off with the net 30 accounts, with the Ulines, the Grangers, the Staples. So starting off with the business with the net 30 accounts, getting that paydex score up, hitting that three mark for the number of trade line accounts, getting your DNB DUNS number, making sure you got your LLC set up the right way with your EIN and you're registered. With you got your business registrations and things like that. Making sure you got that business bank account. Try to get it to that $10,000 mark if possible. So like those are some of the key things to get when starting out with business credit. And then getting that applying for those business credit cards. So you can always do Google searches. Look for like companies. Well, look for like the articles from like nerdwallet.com. Um, Getting information about business credit. There's a site called NAV. Um, so y'all may have a list of different links and resources. So you can go through those links and you'll see all the different resources that you can go to. You can set your DNB DUNS number up. You can look at those different websites, look at those different articles to do a deeper dive into that business credit. Because once you get that business credit popping, man, you can make a lot of things happen if your business is cash flowing.
Well, thank you, Mr. Watson, for that awesome, first off, workshop, business credit. I know you have to do another one right after this one, so I don't want to try to keep you too long. Guys, if you have any questions, make sure you drop them in the comments, and then that way I can answer any questions while we still have him for this short time period. Like I said, he has to do another business credit workshop right after this, and I will be dropping all the links he discussed in his presentation below. So you will be able to get those in the comments as well. But I just kind of want to highlight some of the things you pointed out because you gave a wealth of information, first of all. So thank you for that. And then congratulations on you starting your new business. You didn't tell me that you got another business that you're getting ready to get started in trucking.
Yep.
So congrats there. Definitely a serial entrepreneur that is doing major things in North Carolina. So continue to grow. So I wish you the best there. But I like the fact that you pointed out credit unions. I always talk to people about making sure that they actually do credit unions over banks, because a lot of times, even personally for the Black community, a credit union is more, like you said, they don't look at it as just a number. They're usually, you're a member, they do value you more, especially if you establish a good relationship with a credit union and you open a business. It's really a great way to go ahead and get your lines of credit and everything started. I think I have several credit union accounts. I'm still a credit union member from my credit union back home, because I've had that credit union account for like 20 years probably or so. So, I mean, I just think that is just a good way to go, even over the Black banks. I know a lot of people would be shocked to hear me say that, but I've really explored and talked to them about helping businesses, helping Black consumers and Black businesses. And I can tell you that usually the credit unions, the micro lenders, etc., they work well with our business owners. So that's number one. Also, I love the fact you gave real world examples, that you discussed your information and you were very open. So thank you so much for that. I think that really helps when talking to our community. I think that is great information as well. So thank you for actually giving us that data. And then pointing out the line of credit. I talked to a lot of business owners, especially those with restaurants and so forth. A lot of times they're having to deal with repairs, or, air conditioning goes out, whatever it may be. I always talk to them about establishing the line of credit, because that way you have that repair account, and it's a line of credit. When you pay it off, you have it back. It's there. You have that 25K sitting to the side to pay for whatever you may need to pay at any time, because you never know when your air is going to go out, when you need a new fryer, whatever it may be. So I always really talk about the line of credit. So that was really great. Also, discussing that the EIDL is still open. Yeah. I've been telling people forever. Yes, it's been open for some months. It reopened, I think, on June 15th. If you're a member of the chamber, you definitely got the link again. If you're a non-member, we actually sent it out to our non-members as well. So if you go look through your chamber emails, if you're getting our emails, you can find the EIDL link there. I'll also post it below. Also, the PPP is still open. So the payroll protection program is still open as well. We dropped that link for, we had, I think, one member that was still having issues with getting approved for the PPP, but all the members that have contacted us and wanted to get approved, we have been able to make sure they're able to get finances and grants and loans, whatever it may be. So it's one company that I do recommend that we were able to finally get her approved through the PPP, which was Cabbage. Most people were able to get approved through their banks and so forth, or other lenders. The Cabbage seemed to be moving really quickly. And I did check their site earlier this week. They opened back up their application, because I emailed them and said, hey, they extended the deadline. You're going to open it back up. And they said, yes, we will. And they did do it. So their link is actually back up and open. They're taking PPP loans and they are approving, because I know a lot of our business owners, they pay their employees independent, 1099, in our area sometimes. So especially our home health care facilities that are in our area, they usually are paying their employees 1099s. That's because of the way Medicare pays them. So, it's always different situations with business owners. And we, as a chamber, are always looking for the best solutions for all our businesses, no matter where they are currently on their journey. So it looks like we may have a couple of questions. So Mr. Price is asking, DUNS number, does the credit card and other automatic go to the credit? Mr. Price, can you please ask your question again? You can text it to me too. I'm not quite sure if I understand what you're asking. Just ask it again for me. I'm not quite sure if I understand that answer. Is there any way, Mr. Henson said, is there any way to get the slide deck? No, you cannot get the slide deck, but we will drop the links after we get live. I will drop all the links that he referenced below, because that's his intellectual property. Again, he is a business owner. So he will be doing his presentation again on another site, but you can always watch the replay of this, of course, to go through the slide deck. Also, you can watch it on our YouTube channel, because when we get off of here, we always do, our team will upload this to YouTube eventually. So you can always rewatch this as many times you want to, pause it, so you can get the information that was dropped here, because it was a lot of great knowledge that Mr. Watson dropped for us tonight. Karen Smith asked, if you have more than one business, should you get more than one EIN and one DUNS number? So do you want to answer that, or you want me to answer that? Yes. Go ahead.
Definitely get more than one DUNS number, one EIN. Yes. You have a DUNS number and EIN for each business that you have.
Yes. So you should have, Karen Smith, you should have a EIN and a DUNS number and a bank account for each business that you have. Mr. Watson's a multiple business owner. I am a multiple business owner as well. So yeah, you want to make sure that each entity is itself. Now, if you get into where you start establishing S corps, or if you want you know, you need to talk to a CPA. If you need it structured a different way where you can fold if you need to, you know, that's higher level conversation of business. But you know, you want to talk to a CPA, make sure you have a good CPA. They can really tell you how to structure your business. Also, a good business lawyer will help you structure your business well too, as well. When you pay your bill, so Mr. Price asked again, when you pay your bill and have the DUNS number, does it automatically goes to the creditor for your credit?
So it depends on if they report it. So most times these net 30 vendors, they'll report it to DNB Duns. So it'll go and it will reflect on your paydex score. But you won't see a paydex score until you have at least 3 vendor accounts. So
Okay.
it won't show a score at all until you have 3 vendor accounts, but they should be reporting those to at least DNB Duns and maybe to some of the other credit bureaus. But the business credit cards, they will report that to the bureaus.
Okay. So you have to have at least 3 lines of credit,
Yeah.
right? That's it, right?
Well,
I mean, not lines of credit. I'm sorry, 3 vendor accounts.
Yeah, so you can have an account with Uline, an account with
Uh-huh.
Danger, and an account with Staples. And
Okay.
those are 3 trade line accounts, and they will generate your paydex score.
Okay. And then they'll generate your score. Mr. Price, let me know if that answers your question. If you have any other questions, go ahead and drop them below while we still have Mr. Watson. Mr. Watson, I'm gonna let you tell everybody what you have for them, because I know you have some things on sale, some awesome things that you can share with the audience on what you have on sale and how they can get in contact with you as well. I do appreciate you so much for spending time with us this evening. I know you're very busy. Like you said, you're full-time worker and you have a business and you start another business. So, you know, thank you for taking the time today. Really appreciate you.
Having me though, like I love giving knowledge. So like anytime I can give knowledge or receive knowledge, like I appreciate those things. So I really appreciate you for bringing me on and being able to give what I can give. So I do have a few things that
We got one more question before you get started. It says, Mr. Price asked, so one credit card will not build your credit. I'm gonna let you answer that.
it will build your credit, but you need to have at least 3 trade line accounts established before you can start generating a score, if that makes sense.
Okay. So you need to have 3 trade lines established before you can start generating a score. And you really want to get your score up for your business as you're establishing that business credit.
Yeah.
So hopefully that answers your question, Mr. Price. And go ahead, Mr. Watson.
All right. So I am doing a 40% off sale. So I have a few digital products. I have a personal finance book titled The Financially Fit Blueprint. So you guys probably see it backwards, but it's The Financially Fit Blueprint, a guide to mastering your personal finances. And it's an ebook that I self-published back in February. I've sold over 240 copies of it, but it's regularly priced at $35 for the physical, $25 for the digital copy. It has a lot of different hyperlinks in there to different resources, and it's 40% off for the next 24 hours. So you can get the physical copy for $25. You can get the digital copy for $15. So you can get that at my website. That's www.thefinanciallyfitblueprint.com. And in addition to that, I did recently release an LLC startup blueprint guide, and it's a Zoom course. So I'm talking through the presentation like how I did today. It gives you a step-by-step guide of starting up your LLC. So just knowing how to set up your articles of organization form, applying for different business credit, like I explained today. So some of those slides are in the LLC Startup Zoom course. So I have that on sale. It's normally $50 for that, but it's on sale 40% off as well for $30. So you can go grab that for the next 24 hours. So yeah, that's pretty much it. And I do have, speaking of trade lines, I do have trade lines. So if you're looking to build your personal credit up and you've remove like any derogatory marks, all the collection accounts, and you're looking to build up your personal credit, I do offer trade lines, which is basically me adding authorized users to different credit card accounts. And you're basically piggybacking off of that credit history for a few months in order to build your credit so you can go apply for credit cards and get personal loans and things of that nature. So I do offer that. I do offer consultations. You can book a consultation with me if you would like. If you need like a personal finance plan or like any type of money management plan or credit management plan, I can set that up for you. Um, so yeah, that's pretty much it. That's what I had to offer today.
Okay, well, thank you so much. You offered a lot. Everybody's saying great information, good information. So everybody's really excited about everything that you shared today. Mr. Price did ask you to repeat the 3 trade lines.
Okay, so Uline, that's a net 30 vendor account you can apply for, and you can get like packaging supplies and office supplies from them. Um, Granger, that's another net 30 account. And Staples, you can set up a net 30 account with Staples, or you can apply for their Staples Business More card. And the requirements are a little less strict than like business credit cards. So I kind of group them with the net 30 vendors as well. So those are 3 you can start off with: Uline, Granger, and Staples.
Okay.
And Quill, that's another one. Quill is another one. You go to quill.com and you can apply for their net 30 account.
Okay, so I will be dropping all the links below for this, for everything that was in Mr. Watson's presentation. Also, just make sure you check out Mr. Watson. Make sure you check out financialfitblueprint.com. Is that right? Did I say the website right?
Is www.thefinanciallyfitblueprint.com.
Okay, so www.thefinancialfitblueprint.com. Make sure you check him out. You can buy his course for the LLC. You can get his book, of course, that is currently on sale. You also can set up a consultation with him. He can help you with your personal credit and your business credit. As you can see, that your personal credit raised heavy for your business credit establishment. So if you need to work on that personal credit first, then go ahead and work on that, and then go ahead and contact Mr. Watson for that. Now, I enjoyed all your information. You have a wealth of knowledge. He's a graduate from North Carolina A&T State University in computer science. Also, he's a tech professional, as you can see, finance consultant. I'm gonna call him finance guru.
No, I don't need that. Not yet.
And he's an author as well. And then he's the owner, of course, of Financial Fit Blueprint LLC. So anything else you want to share with the guests before you hop into your next live and give this awesome presentation for the next company?
So just being just having these qualities of discipline and consistency. So like with your credit and your money management, just being disciplined and making sure you're tracking your budget on a daily, if not a weekly, if not daily basis, knowing what's coming in, what's going out. So just being cognizant of those type of things and just being consistent with your finances is key. Because a lot of times you're not going to build your credit or your business credit or build your business overnight. Everything is a process. So just having that mindset of being consistent and being disciplined is key. It's key in finances and it's key in other areas of life and relationships, with your mental health, your physical health, and all of those type of things. So that's what I ended off with.
Thank you. That's awesome. And it's Minority Mental Health Month this month as well. So I see some of our chamber therapists actually in the building. So thank you for coming in. Make sure you guys share this out as a broadcast. So anybody that is looking to become an entrepreneur or as a business owner currently, and they're trying to figure out how to get their business credit established, this pretty much walks you through how to get it established, get it going, and so forth. I just want to remind you guys of the candidate forum that is next Tuesday, July 14th, and it starts at 7 p.m. You can either watch that at the Augusta Metro Chambers social channel or the WFXG TV Fox 54 social channel. That is a partnership between the Augusta Chamber, Metro Chamber, the Great Augusta Black Chamber of Commerce, Fox 54, and also Sherman and Him Street. So make sure you join us there because, of course, you want to be involved in who is going to be our candidates or our current commissioners that come up as we have a runoff for District 1, 3, and 9. So we will be holding a candidate forum for that information. And then, of course, we are currently as a chamber hosting most of our events live on our Facebook page. So I encourage you just to turn on the notifications on our Facebook page while we're all dealing with COVID-19. Of course, we're kind of like with everybody else, every business, as we hear things are opening up or so forth, you may hear us have a actual live event, but right now it looks like most of our events will still be on our Facebook page. And then don't forget, we have a monthly membership for the chamber now. So I encourage you to join the chamber. We're really excited about the monthly membership and welcome to all the new members. I'm not even going to try to name you all out, but welcome. We enjoy you supporting the organization so we can continue to deliver workshops and things to help our Black business and minority business community in the local CSRA, and just make sure you get the information that you need because we want to make sure that we have valuable growing businesses in the CSRA. So I'm happy to just be the president of the chamber and continue with all the growth. If you want to connect with me, you can connect with me at info@mygabc.org. Make sure you go to our website to join at www.mygabc.org. And remember, we are one community and one voice. Thank you and have a great evening.